My apologies. This heavy rain must be quite an inconvenience for you.
Hi, hello everybody, my name is RainerFalls, and welcome back to another video. This video, we are talking about the dragons fighting once again. Neuvidth and Zhongli are on this current banner, and what better way to get the Hydro Dragon Sovereign for your own, if not on this banner. Also, like I said in my previous video, which has a build of Zhongli and his artifacts, as well as team comps that you can build around, I mentioned that Hazo is back. Hazo has not been here in so long. So you should probably get him because he's never coming back. That being said, Neuvidth's weapon on the banner is his best weapon. I have a set for Zhongli's weapon because I already have Neuvidth's weapon. However, I'm not going to pull on these banners anyways, as I'm too close to pity. That being said, how the heckity heck do you build a character in Genshin Impact? Well, I'm going to explain that to you. So, let's start with what makes a character strong. Well, that depends. Are you looking for a DPS or a support? Neuvidth is a DPS. He is a character that actually does damage. So you're going to want to have high crit rate and crit damage. Here in this menu, you can see crit rate is 57.5% and his crit damage is 254.3%. That means every time he hits a critical hit, which he has a 57.5% chance to do so, he will do 254.3% more damage. So, why is that important? Well, it's extremely important because then he does a crap ton of damage and wipes the floor with every enemy. Now, his artifact set actually boosts his crit rate while he's in battle, so different artifact sets do different things. I have my Neuvidth currently on the Marichasse Hunter set. Essentially, normal and charge attack damage is 15% higher in a 2-piece, and a 4-piece, which means you have 4 pieces of that artifact set equipped, means that the current HP increases or decreases on our Neuvidth. Our crit rate will be increased by 12% for 5 seconds, a max of 3 stacks, which means he literally increases his crit rate by 12% 3 times. So his crit rate is almost at 100. So Neuvidth is built off of HP and crit damage, so you're going to want to have a lot of HP. So I recommend the Marichasse Hunter set is the best set for him. You're going to want a crit rate, not a crit damage, a crit rate circlet. You're going to want substats of crit damage, elemental mastery, energy recharge, and probably some HP percent. Honestly, this one that I have on Risley might be a little bit better. No, it has less crit damage. My bad. For the goblet, you can either use HP percent. I use Hydro damage bonus. You can do that. You're going to want to have crit damage and crit rate substats. Elemental Mastery is good, and the attack is just there. When it comes to the sands, I don't have an on-set piece for him. I just have a random HP one that has a good crit rate and crit damage. So, that being said, the feather is just, you want the same thing. You want that EM, that HP. You really, really want energy recharge more than EM, to be honest. And the flower is the same thing. Again, crit rate, crit damage is the best. HP is like kind of second best. So, highly recommend. His best in slot weapon is obviously Tome of the Eternal Flow, which is his weapon. I have it at Refinement 1. His second best in slot is going to be the Flowing Purity that I know of. You can put Prototype Amber on him. You can also put the Widsmith or the Favonius Codex as well. Any of those works. And Sacrificial Fragments is also a decent weapon as well. And if you're curious how to get any of these, you don't actually have to go onto the banner for some of them. When it comes to this one, Flowing Purity is a free-to-play weapon. You can easily go ahead and get it at a blacksmith in Fontaine. Same with Prototype Amber. That is a craftable weapon that you can easily get. Now, on to his talents. I have him triple crowned. Because he's a Catalyst user, it's super important that I think you triple crown him. You don't have to triple crown him, but if you want, you're definitely going to want to focus on his skill, then his normal attack, and then his burst. His burst is like the least important. So, that's for Neuvidth. Now let's talk team compositions while I go ahead and head into the domain. So, currently the team composition I run with him is a Hyper Bloom team, which is Hydro, Electro, and Dendro. I run him with Farina, the Raiden Shogun, and Baiju. However, you can switch them up. So instead of Farina, You can put Ayato. You can also put Shingsho. He's a very good stand-in for him. And instead of the Raiden Shogun, if you have Kaching, she's a good one to put in. You can also put in Auroron if you've recently gotten him. Lisa's good. Fischl and Kuki Shinobu. Kuki can also heal, which means you wouldn't have to have another healer. And if you want that Dendro application, Traveler is actually your best bet when it comes to Dendro. Kenichi is a good replacement buddy. Kiraro's great. Definitely Tignari is an option. But Kave is also a great 4-star. And if you don't have any of those, free to play would be Kale. Or Yao Yao, was a free event character, but she's an option as well. And if you need other Hydro, you can also include Mona, Candace, or even Barbara. Barbara, although being like the last one you should add into the party. Those are some great team comps for him. So that's just for Hyper Bloom. Now, if you wanted to do something like a Vaporized team, you can include Neuvillette. You can include Diluc in there, although he is more of a DPS. You're going to probably want to include Xiangling for her Pyro application. Bennett for his healing and Pyro application. Gaming is a good choice as well. And then you can also include people like Toma, Yanfei, or even Amber or Diha. Both of them provide decent good Pyro application. You could even include Chevros. Now, if you wanted to do a freeze comp, I'd recommend Charlotte, Fremine, Layla, Chongyun, or even Aloy. She has great freeze. All of those are great characters to use. Now, instead of like, let's say, you could also use Chi-Chi. She'd be a great healer for the freeze comp. And the last other one I would include would be Electro Charged, which is just Hydro and Electro. The same team comp I have here is great for that. But if you don't have any of these other characters and just have a Neuvillette, you can run Ayato, you can run Chinkcho. As long as you have 2 Electro and 2 Hydro, you'll be fine. You can also include a Swirler in that team like Sucrose or Kazuha, even better, to include that to group enemies. But those are his pretty good team comps, and I highly recommend using any of them. And if you want me to make a video on how to build those characters, let me know. But for now, we're going to do a little bit of artifact hunting. And let's see how we do. As you can see, his crit rate and crit damage has increased to 93.5% and 324.3%. Yeah, he's overpowered with other characters like Farina. And that's just because of the set he has. So Marachase Hunter is in Fontaine, and it is the best in slot for him. So the reason why Farina's so great for him is that Farina's little guys, when she casts them, they drain your HP, so it makes his crit damage crit rate go up. It's been a while since I've earned this domain too. That's a decent piece, and it's a 4-line. That's not great. I'll keep it just in case, though. Let's challenge it again. After this, though, it will be the end of the video, but if you've gotten this far and you are enjoying the content you're seeing and you learned something new, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And if you have any questions, ask in the comments down below. Or if you're interested in getting your characters rated or need some help with building, I have a Discord server where we're super friendly and have lots of fun people who join the Discord. And yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to join. Also, on this next round, I will show how to do a rotation for this team in particular. Both of those are garbage. So, a rotation is going to look like this. Farina's Goons, Baiju's Skill, Raiden Shogun E, Baiju's Burst, Raiden Shogun Burst, Farina Burst, and then Neuvillette's E, or Skill, Neuvillette Burst. And you see those little balls he threw down? Essentially, that's how he gets more of his charge attack. If you don't have the balls on the ground, he can't do anything. So you just see how fast that was? And you see how his HP is draining at the bottom of the screen? Now if I do it, it's much slower because there's no balls. Using the skill will allow you to hit them and create those balls, and Farina makes more of them to help you out. Ooh. Animal damage is not great. HP is not great. And that's funny. But yeah. That's going to be all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you like this type of content and want more character building videos, let me know in the comments down below who you want me to build. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.